Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, man. Let's talk about Errol, Spence, and Ugas reported pay-per-view numbers. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Being here with your boy. You could be anywhere else in this world. But you're right here in this YouTube universe with your boy. Cooked on this a little bit yesterday, so I hope you watched it live, man. I did yesterday, and apparently people liars going around here saying they did 500,000 pay-per-views. Then Rayfield reported they did 240,000, as well as Mike Coppinger is reporting they did. I mean, Lance Bugmeyer also reporting the same numbers. So he also reporting the same numbers, saying that they did. Shout out to Slim Shady, man. They doing 240-ish, and we know that's a lot. They didn't do no 240. Like I said, Kobe know, because I shared some information with Kobe that, them dudes out there, they saying Durante doing 200,000, 225,000, and he ain't even doing half of that. You know what I'm saying? He doing like 70,000. They never made a profit off his show. So Floyd might just, Floyd, probably gonna be saving some money on Tank. Because the plan for Tank is to stay with PBC, but like I said before, man, they lose money on every fight. They ain't do no 240-ish. You think about it. They had 40, 35. They had a flash sale, $35 tickets. Then they went back to 40, 42, 45. So, they ain't do them numbers, bro. I'm being real with you, man. They always report more than they do. And then when do you know that Dan Rayfield break the numbers? Because Dan Rayfield broke it before Les Pegmeyer. So they ain't do no 240. They know they couldn't conceal them numbers like they did Tank versus Easter Cruz. Errol probably did 100,000 if we being real. He probably really did like 80. But you know what? That's for them. Because he don't start getting pay-per-view kickback until we do at least 150,000 buys. So he don't start to see no money on the back end until we do $150,000 buys. He get what they said 3%. So I mean, shit, that's on them. He get 3% off the gate too. They said they did a $5 million gate. Well, I said, if you got a $50,000 seat stadium, shit. If you got a $50,000 seat stadium, that's what you supposed to do. So that's something to think about. If you break that down, depending on what all they concessions stand for, popcorn and all that type of stuff, you got 50,000. You got a 50,000 state stadium, and that's what they said their gate was, and that's what the internet's saying. I think that's what Dan Rayfield said. And then you notice they never released the Luba numbers neither. They never released them damn Ugas numbers. I mean, them Lubin and Fondor numbers. Nielsen, I ain't heard nothing from them. They usually report the fight numbers. So that probably didn't do as good as they thought it would be. And they on a limited platform with Showtime. I seen them run a couple ads when you run through your guide or whatever, but they talking about that proves Spence is a draw by doing $5 million and then $5 million gate. Like, bro, it's 50,000 niggas in there. They gotta pay the park. At least half of them gonna buy some concessions. Man, $5 million ain't shit. He only get 3% of that. And that's the real gate number. Al Hammond got other ways of paying them with his advertisements and stuff. So he only get 3% of the gate. 240,000, they ain't do that, man. Pacquiao, Ugas did 200,000. And they ain't even really do that. So they probably did 100, 90, 80. These dudes probably did 100. Because I don't know one person that ordered this fight. Not one. Not one. So they can sell that malarkey somewhere else, and then And then they going around, talking about they did a $5 million gate, but ain't nothing official. I just looked, but I seen somebody say, well, that proves that $5 million for a $50,000 50,000 seat stadium, bro. That should be easy to reach. They should have did like 10. You talking about 50? Look, you talking about 50,000, man. Let's say your average ticket was I don't know, let's say $150, right? Let's say your average. That's seven. See, look, if you do 50,000, well, my bad, he did 40. My bad. I'm thinking about Canelo. My bad. So if your average ticket is $150 at $40, that's $6 million right there. That's not something to gloat about. We know the average ticket won $150, but then for a pay-per-view event, it should be somewhere in that range. At $40,000, that's $6 million right there. So your tickets wasn't even 150. If the gate did 5 million, your tickets didn't even average 150 because you're talking about the gate. A lot of times it include concessions, parking. Now that's up to Jerry how they split it. But if I'm renting out the venue, nigga, I'm renting out everything. Popcorn, concessions, tickets, parking, and whatever else, merchandise, whatever else going on there. Ain't no resort fees in Dallas though. They don't have no casinos at Jerry World or in general. That's in Oklahoma. So that's just simple math. Going around saying he did a $5 million gate. Them made numbers at home, in Dallas or Dallas metropolitan area is what? Over 1 million. Texas got several cities that's over 1 million pop. Think about that for a minute. Texas got let's see, got San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Houston. Hold on. Dallas Fort Worth got over 6 million people between it in 2021. They got increased from 2020 by 1.52%, over 1.5% increase. So between Dallas and Fort Worth area, they were over almost 7 million people over there. And only you got 40,000 to come to the fight, and the tickets was $35. And if your average ticket price was $150, out of 40,000, which we know is comps in there though, so you should have had 6 million off the gate right there. That ain't nothing to gloat about at all. And in 240, it was more like 100. I'm telling you, it's more like 90 or 100. Man, they ain't even do 150 because I got the real tank numbers. They said Floyd allegedly never flipped a profit on tank pay-per-views. They saying 225, he doing really like 70-ish. They did 240, so where they think they at 80-ish, 70-ish, 75-ish, 100 at the best. What they report that the Charlo card did. Hold on. They said it did 100. That shit really did like 50, bro. It really did 50. If that was the number that I got, they probably did like 10,000, 20,000. I ain't hating on nobody. I'm just telling the truth. So Earl, they did around 100, bro. And I'm not saying that make Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford the biggest draw or nothing. That ain't where I'm going with it at. Because if he was pulling the way he was supposed to be really pulling, Crawford just had to show up, and just show up. They had the gloves and the ring size ready for him. He not, and that's the truth. I tell the truth. I'm just being honest, and that's the truth, and that's the truth. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but and they couldn't do this like Tank because they had to say some type of numbers, and they know them numbers ain't right. They know them numbers ain't right. Ain't nobody going to see no Ugas. Real talk. Then why came and saw Ugas and Pacquiao? Think about that for a minute. And most of the people was already going to see that fight. Well, let me top line. I know a couple people that ordered that fight. My boy Shannon from Toledo, he ordered it, and Kwame ordered it. He be on Bushido Boxing sometimes. Shout out to the Uppercut Boxing group on Facebook, and they got the channel too. I'm gonna post this channel in a minute. Shout out to them, man. Like, man, we had hella fun in there, man. We be talking shit all the time. Don't nobody really get disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about it. We could talk shit and be civil, man. A lot of these niggas, you talk shit and they want to fight, and what I'm saying? It's good shit. This is their channel right here, man. So shout out to them. A lot of niggas can get there and they want to fight and shit, man. Them niggas some civilized niggas. Civilized people in there. Had hella fun. My man did a great job covering that fight, by the way. So go subscribe to them, man. Did a great job. So yeah, like I said before, man, like, it is what it is. We know, neither one of these niggas that mega pull. And, Errol Spence might be more popular, might not. Who knows? But we do know people want to see this fight. We do know this what the game been missing. If we get 2 fights, a trilogy or whatever, or, they move up and do it again at 54 down the line, you know what I'm saying? So cool. So cool. But I still don't think they did 200. I know they didn't for a fact. I know how this shit works. But they both need each other. Floyd needed somebody to take him to superstardom. You know what I'm saying? It's rare that you do it by yourself, unless you got a country behind you. And a lot of times the country or a gold medal behind you. So I say it's my opinion, man. I ain't saying it's biblical, but they probably did around 100. I'm telling y'all what they did. For real. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the Box News playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace. You can find me also on Linktree. You can find me everywhere there from Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Cash App, Venmo, CJ Good 313, roll the bottom of the screen, PayPal link description. Peace.